How did you feel too? Like you guys were basically the two faces of the brand at that juncture too. Um, was that like? Did you kind of feel like you guys were on the same page? Like you were more competitive back in the 2001 ish area and stuff like that. Was there still that kind of air of competition, I guess, or were you guys kind of more, hey, we're both a part of this and we're both making this brand gonna work? Was it kind of more so in that regard? You kind of get what I'm saying there?
If I get what you're saying, I would say that it was a balance of both.
Mhm.
There was definitely a lot of competition still, and there was still a lot of us um, getting ourselves over. I think that's what those of us do that get over. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Maybe some of that's lacking now, and there's too much of the other. Maybe um, you know teamwork to get the spots over. But I remember specifically some receipts, some tit for tat thrown, with a little, oh yeah, let's see how you feel about this. Like I remember some specific moments in my head that Kurt probably doesn't remember because they didn't amount to anything, but in my mind they could have. You know what I mean? Like, where's this going? Like, the, you know, I, some stuff like that where either one of us could have taken offense to the other one saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, and I'll just leave it at that.
There you go. Yeah. But that's the name of the game though. And like if you guys are like, the top stars, there's a reason for that. And like the competitive aspect of that really puts that forward, I think, too. I could only imagine.
Yeah, it
Um,
really is like a hybrid of entertainment and sports competition and athletes and big testosterone filled up muscle dudes and teamwork and egos and there's so much that's all involved. I think that's what makes it such a uh, phenomenal entity, that it is what it is, and there's not a whole lot of other stuff like it that captures all of those um, all of those factors and into one. It's not just one or the other. Like, I think about if I wasn't happy with something that the direction they wanted my character to go in, or a promo that was suggested that I didn't want to, I don't talk like that, that's stupid, whatever, then they could just be like, well, just look at it like it's acting. But how are you going to look like it when it's acting, when you're in charge of 99% of what your character does, and you're that character for
and you're
20
you, yeah.
for decades, and then
Right.
it's like it's not all. So it's weird that there's all these different things thrown in together, and how it all balances out, and how certain people are able to navigate through those waters and certain people aren't.
Yeah, and it is crazy to kind of look at it in that light because it's like you got the sports aspect of it. Obviously, like stuff is predetermined and everything, but it's like there's that competitive nature. You have the blood flow going and the testosterone going in between that. Not only that, but you do have the entertainment and the almost the stage aspect of it all and the presentation aspect of it all. It's all those elements coming into play that make it such a fascinating, unique thing. It is unlike anything else, like pro
and,
wrestling.
and and just to even consider people's egos. You good, Jenna, babe? Okay, I can pause this if you need to be in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
if you need to.
Let me know. Okay. Uh, okay. Love you. um, just to consider throwing the ego into the equation, how many people do you think really want to lose?
Right. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot.
So usually when the finish is discussed or brought about or whatever, one person's going to be a little more pleased than the other one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's like people don't even think about that. You know what I mean? But it's not like people set out. It's. I mean, sometimes it feels like the right thing to do,
Hmm.
but that's you know with a lot of other supporting factors that would make that such. But on any given night, just to show up to work and be like, boom, especially you got your people there to see you, friends, family, whatever, boom, and then you get the news, boom, nobody's really going, fuck yeah, sweet, yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted. And there's a lot more thought going into it than that, but that really is that simple. That is a part of what your ego goes through. So I just want to throw that in there in case anyone listens never even thought about that.
Too, it's like I'm sure as a talent too, when you get that kind of news, you're like, all right, well, if I'm going to lose, how am I going to get myself back into the position of like on the
It's
winning
it's
aspect?
that it's yeah, it's not even just about temporarily, like, oh, I don't want to be seen going down. It's not just about that. It's about the career. It's about the business and the money that you make. I mean, obviously, if you go through the business like Goldberg and go a couple years undefeated or whatever and just keep winning and winning, guess what? You are going to make more money. That's more incentive to not want to lose,
Right.
because
Uh-huh.
then you're going to be a bigger star. And it's like, but the flesh peddlers that you're dealing with, when they break it to you and stuff, then it's just like, oh, it's a work, it's acting, yeah, just do something to get the kid over, and it's like, yeah, hey, we know what we're doing. But it's like you got to ignore certain feelings, and any wrestlers that are listening know that, and they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I could
I mean,
only imagine.
sometimes it's just the wrong thing to do. Really, really, fucking, what is it? 1PW. Really, you brought me all the way in here to England to draw this house in London, and I had to put the local kid over. Like that's what I do is good business. When everyone here came to see RVD,
See, they
that's
came to see you. They didn't come to see the. Hey,
and
let's put the local guy
you
over.
want to work again. You say after that. Well,
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
but then other times, it could just be like especially like if you're in the company, like just as simple as that. You want to be Bill Goldberg, not the fucking Steve Lombardi. And no offense, Brooklyn brother.
Right. Well, knuckleball shorts. He's also known as. He was also doing that thing for a little bit. So,
Love him.
yep.